step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
A very good morning to you, South Africa. I hope that you are all doing well. Thank you so much for choosing to start off your morning and your week with us right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. My name is Ukuhle Adams.
And I'm Ryle Demone, hoping that you had a magical weekend and, of course, nourishing you with all things health and fitness.
Yes, honey. Now it's the 25th day of lockdown. I mean, it's been a long road, but we must keep our eyes on the end goal. The efforts of every South African staying at home and every essential worker putting themselves at risk to save lives.
Yeah, and by flattening the curve, we are all doing our part to slow the spread of the virus, and every bit counts in saving the lives of our fellow South Africans.
Now, luckily, the Expresso lockdown team is here to keep you motivated and informed during these tough times. And this morning, we want you to share your lockdown selfies with us. Head over to our social media platforms and remember to use the hashtag Expresso Show.
Going to be some interesting pics coming in, I think.
Very, very interesting. I know that a lot of women have been taking part in a lot of makeup challenges, the pillow challenge, the duvet challenge. How are you keeping up with lockdown?
Just actually following everybody else and seeing how they're entertained, and of course staying fit as usual, trying to make sure that I don't get pick up too much weight.
Yeah.
So
the first thing he said to me was, "Yo, Kuhle, I feel a little bit rusty, especially after this weekend." Were you misbehaving this weekend, right?
No, I just had a good escape, but it's so good to be back with the fam and with all of you. So stay tuned for another magic episode this Monday, and we're joining Jamie with the news.
Thank you so much, guys. The time now is just after 7. Time to delve into those news headlines. Kicking it off with your national news. Now, less than 2 months after South Africa confirmed its first case of the coronavirus, the number of infections in the country has now risen to 3,158, with 54 COVID-19 related deaths. In a statement yesterday, Health Minister Zweli Mkhize said the number of tests conducted to date stands at some 115,000. Earlier, the minister noted that while countries around the world are scrambling for resources, South Africa has managed to secure a considerable amount before infections reach their peak. The South African Military Ombud Office says it has received 28 complaints to date since the start of the national lockdown. At least 15 of the complaints are from the public, alleging that South African National Defence Force members were using excessive force and physical abuse during the lockdown patrols. The Ombudsman released these numbers in the wake of the recent death of an Alexandra man who was allegedly assaulted by the members of the Defence Force. Now moving further on to our international news, US President Donald Trump has warned that China should face consequences if it was knowingly responsible for the coronavirus pandemic, as deaths in Europe from COVID-19 approached 100,000. In his daily White House briefing yesterday, he said, quote, "The virus could have been stopped in China before it started, and it wasn't, and the whole world is suffering because of it," unquote. He did not elaborate on what form the consequences might take. This as US cases stopped 755,000 and fatalities in the country past 40,000. Lesotho troops deployed by Prime Minister Thomas Tabane withdrew from the capital streets yesterday in a showdown between the 80-year-old leader and opponents demanding his resignation. Tabane faces mounting calls to step down from rivals within his ruling party and opposition groups, ever suspicions that he was involved in the murder of his estranged wife in 2017. Earlier, President Cyril Ramaphosa dispatched an envoy to Lesotho in his capacity as the Southern African Development Community Facilitator to investigate the latest developments in Lesotho. And now what Ubuntu means during lockdown in KZN. KwaZulu-Natal farmers have once again revealed the true meaning of Ubuntu in challenging times. Now, various farming communities across the province last week responded to the desperate calls of dwindling food supplies in local communities in the areas following the nationwide lockdown. The KZN Agricultural Union reported that farmers from Ikopo, High Flats, Kokstad, Mount Currie and Moy River all reacted swiftly by donating funds, fresh and dry produce, seedlings and milk to surrounding rural communities. The farmers also partnered with local organizations, churches and local municipalities to provide essential supplies for over 4,500 families. KZN Agricultural Union CEO Sandy Lamarck said the selflessness, a rapid organization and collaboration of these farmers pays testament to the generosity and strength of the relationships the farmers have with their local authorities and local communities. And now taking a quick glimpse into the world of entertainment, the Global Citizen Organization has done stellar work advocating against human rights violations all over the world, and they have done so by engaging ordinary people to help, along with the reward incentive of being able to attend an exclusive and star-studded musical festival. But with all the things in the entertainment world moving to the online space in the times of COVID-19, they recently held their One World Together at Home festival for all to stream. Now hosted in conjunction with the World Health Organization and the United Nations, it shone a light on the frontline healthcare workers who are leading the fight against the pandemic. The lineup, curated by Lady Gaga, included performances from Taylor Swift, John Legend, Lizzo and Jennifer Lopez, to name but a few. That was a wrap of your 7 o'clock news. Here's a look at your weather with Kukle.
The time is now 6 minutes past 7. Let's have the first look at the weather this morning. But first, we have asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. Dr. Ibrahim Martin, who practices at Paarl Hospital, sent us this breathtaking sunrise picture of a fiery sky in Cape Town on the bridge where the M5 meets the N1. The mother city can expect cooler temperatures today with considerable cloudiness and showers reaching a maximum of 18 degrees. Dr. Martin urges all South Africans to remain brave and cheerful in this difficult time. Thank you for your dedication, Dr. Martin, and all other healthcare workers in the country. Chun Su Chaplin sent us this gorgeous sunrise picture from Richards Bay, where we can expect and see a beautiful rainbow across the ocean. Richards Bay can expect plenty of sunshine today with a high of 29 degrees. Chun has immersed herself in a novel for lockdown while also making sure to do her chores, ensuring that the house is spick and span. We hope that you are enjoying your novel, Chun. Thank you so much once again for your sunrise picture. Now, most of the country can expect mostly sunny conditions today, starting off at Polokwane. Partly sunny and pleasant conditions for Polokwane at a low of 9 degrees, reaching a high of 24. Decreasing clouds for Mbombela at a minimum temperature of 11 degrees, reaching a maximum of 26. Pretoria, 13-25. Johannesburg, it's a partly cloudy day at a low of 10 degrees, reaching a high of 24. Mostly sunny for Mahikeng at a maximum temperature of 28 and a minimum of 12. Klerksdorp, 10-28. Kimberley, 16-29. A light northwesterly breeze of 6 kilometers an hour for Bloemfontein at a low of 11 and a high of 27. Plenty of sunshine for Richards Bay at a maximum of 29 and a minimum of 28. High humidity for Pietermaritzburg at a minimum temperature of 14, reaching a maximum of 30. A sunny day in Durban at a high of 28 and a low of 20. Mthatha follows suit with a high of 33 degrees and a low of 15. A gentle northwesterly breeze of 18 kilometers an hour for East London at a low of 17, reaching a high of 30 degrees. Summer-like temperatures for Klerksdorp at temperatures ranging from 12 degrees as the minimum, reaching a maximum of 34. Port Elizabeth, 15-25. George, 13-24. And the cooler start to the morning for Sutherland at a low of 5 degrees and a high of 22. Considerable cloudiness and showers for Cape Town at a low of 11 degrees and a high of 18. Partly cloudy for Worcester at a minimum temperature of 11, reaching a maximum of 28. And Uppington, the minimum is 18 and the maximum is 34. Now remember, whichever part of the country you're in, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves a fantastic Monday morning.
Pharma Dynamics. Effective, affordable healthcare.
Well, you know, it's that time in the morning where we provide you with some inspiration to get you through the day. And today's sentiment is behind the concept of the Nguni phrase, Tuma Mina, which is a simple yet beautiful one. And it means send me, in the sense of taking on the responsibility that has been entrusted upon a person. The late Hugh Masekela's 2002 song of the same name harnesses the notion of self-sacrifice involved in order to ensure all in our land live a free and peaceful life. And as COVID-19 started tightening its grip on our country in early March, President Cyril Ramaphosa doubled down on his messaging as he called on us all to enact our civic responsibility. And this is what he had to say.
He says, we will act decisively with determination and with purpose. We will act as a collective, for it is upon the actions of every South African that the success of our efforts depends. The Tumamina moment is upon us, perhaps as never before. This too shall pass. We shall overcome. We are South Africans. Ah, that is so beautiful.
So powerful, and I think it's almost truth in saying that it will pass and we will get over this and overcome, but provided that we all step up essentially, and I think that's something that's important to remember. So South Africans are tough, we are resilient, and we rise from our adversaries, and I think now we are stronger than ever. So let's all respond to this Tumamina moment to the best of our abilities.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Hey. Gotta do the shimmy, man.
Do that shimmy.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. If you've just joined us, it's about that time that we wish you, our loved and our loyal viewers, a very happy birthday today.
Happy birthday!
Woo! It's
Happy
the 20th of
birthday.
April. Absolutely, man. Now we have received a number of those videos that we absolutely love seeing. This one is by Nombulelo Mdwai, who sent it to Vusi Mdwai. Let's check it out.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Guvusumzi Mtwai. Enjoy your day, Mtasekhaya. May the good Lord grant you many, many more years. Nombulelo Mtwai, your baby sis. Love you. Enjoy.
Oh, she's got some notes on her. I love
Got
that.
vocals on lockdown. Absolutely love that. We have another one by Okuhle Hlanjwa. She sent this one to Yandisa Hlanjwa Ngesane. Let's check it out.
So today it's my aunt's birthday, Yandisa Hlanjwa Ngesana. I so cannot wait to quarantine and chill with her. Go Yandi, it's your birthday. We on some quarantine and it's your birthday. Have a great one, Yandisa. I love you so much.
Oh, I love that. Putting in the swear.
Go,
on the
Yandi.
birthday.
It's your birthday. Love those
Oh,
videos.
so
Thank you
awesome.
so much.
Obviously, we've got some more messages coming in. And today's birthday, of course, it's Melissa. Happy 28th birthday to my beautiful life partner.
Aww.
This lockdown has made it so hard to be without you today. May God bless you with many, many more. I wish you a wonderful day from your love, Deepak, and the rest of the family. And then we've got another birthday to Amber. A very happy third birthday to our baby girl, Amber Salis. I wish you more of God's richest blessings and favors over your entire life. May you continue to bring us endless joy and enjoy your special day with us. Lots of love from your mommy, daddy, and Owen.
Oh, Amber is so precious. This one goes out to Lindley. I wish my grandchild, Lindley van Rooyen, a happy 14th birthday. Enjoy every moment and remember, we love you very much. From my Ingi, Ethan, Joshua, and Zoe. Happy birthday to you. Umam Nol Babalo also celebrating her birthday. Happy birthday to Mam Nol Babalo, one of the essential workers working hard in making sure that lives are saved out there. May the good Lord bless you more. Once again, Ngos kakhulu Mam Nol Babalo for the work that you put out there alongside all the other essential workers.
Definitely respect to you, then thank you so much. Now to Harida Sen, to our dad. There can't be many people who do the things that you do. Those little things, and you, of course, Dad, mean the world to us. We're wishing you a blessed, happy birthday, and thank you so much, Dad. Love from Viksha and Suyaren. Happy birthday to you. And then Temba has another birthday today. Happy quarantine birthday to you, Temba. You're essential worker. Keep looking out for your people. I know it's not easy in our jails, but keep guarding them, my brother. May God bless you more from Mabra, your best bro. Oh,
Those were beautiful birthday messages. Now, if you would like to send your loved one a birthday message, send us your 15-second videos to 071-640-6551 or email your birthday wishes to birthdays@cardova.tv. Now it's time to see what healthy treat Jamie Lee is whipping up in the kitchen.
Looking for a fresh snack? Try Cubitos from Clover. Bite-sized cubes of 100% real cheese in 3 delicious flavors that will change your world. Cubitos. Cube it, snack it, love it.
Made with love by Clover.
Listen, if it is your birthday today, happy birthday on this beautiful Monday morning. I don't know if you can see this, but roles have been reversed. Chef Anal is sitting down, which means I'm going to be cooking for you. I feel like maybe it could be your birthday today.
I think it's amazing to switch it. I can get used to that.
The pressure is on. You know, I always talk about my Cubitos. It is my go-to snack on the go. But I've actually started making a light salad with it, a recipe. And people always ask me, Jamie, what is your meal plan? Well, today, this is it for you guys. This is my go-to one. It's cheese, it's convenient, it's easy to go. And then there's 3 flavors for it. Today I'm going to be using the sour cream and onion, but if you want, chutney is your flavor. What is your flavor, I must ask you?
Myne is ook dieselfde soos joune, the sour cream.
The sour cream and
I love
onion.
it.
Okay. So I'm going to start preparing. I don't know why I'm so nervous.
Okay, are you nervous?
I don't know
Come
why
on,
I'm so
start,
nervous.
Jamie.
Okay, so we're going to start with the chickpeas first. We're going to be roasting this. And this is actually all the tips that you've taught me in the beginning. So now I'm just going to give it back to you. So they always say that you learn from your teacher. And now it's time for me to cook for my teacher. So we're going to start off with our chickpeas. And what we're going to do is we're going to give this a nice roast crunchy effect to it. So you're going to throw this over on your baking tray like this. And now, are you proud?
I'm so proud. I feel like a proud mama.
I'm going to take some smoked paprika as well, and we're just going to throw that over.
And if you don't have smoked paprika, you can use normal paprika.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And then some salt and pepper as well. It's going to go on nicely like that. I know you're a fan of just eating the cheese and the chickpeas just like that. Oh, you still out of my kitchen? That is not allowed.
No, this is a perfect snack.
That is not allowed.
If you roast that off and you add your Cubitos cheese to it for those TV
moments. So is this your TV moment right now?
TV moment.
No pressure. So olive oil goes in on top as well. And that's just going to drizzle nicely. I think this is perfect if an alternative to chips, like you were saying. So a healthy snack for you during the day. Also nice post-workout protein coming in like that. So you just scoop that in. That is perfect. Easy peasy. Chickpeas squeezy. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop this in to our oven for about 180 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. And it's going to give you this nice roasty flavor. I'm going to pop this in. If you can, you can't hear the crunch, but I can hear the crunch, okay? So this is what you're going to get once it is done. Beautiful. And then we're going to go onto our salad compartment. What I like with the salad is you can play around with it, whatever is your palate. So because I'm not very good with visuals, you're going to maybe help me put this in a jar, because I feel like when you put it in a jar, it's so convenient.
Yes, I like that because I don't like to mess my kitchen the whole day, especially with homeschooling now. You take your chickpeas, you put them at the bottom. Okay. Put that at the bottom.
Yes.
And you can make this in the morning with breakfast and take it then out for lunch and just give it to your kids. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So put that in first, the heavy stuff.
The heavy stuff, got it.
And then you can add the broccoli.
And another tip I learned from you, Anel, is blanching my broccoli. So what I do is I cook my boiling water for about 5 minutes or so. Am I lying?
You get boiling water.
Boiling water first, and then I will pop my broccoli in for about 35 seconds to 60 seconds. So you want that that crunchy texture first. So you put it in the water, take it out after 60 seconds, and then you're going to put it in a bucket of ice water. So you'll still keep the color and still that crunchy texture.
And that is what you call shock when you put it in the ice water. Shock it. Yeah, it's and what the hot water does, it actually kills the bacteria on the outside. And broccoli is packed with calcium, vitamin C. Absolutely. It boosts your immune system, and we need that now.
Yes.
So put a few of those in.
That in.
Yes.
And that colour,
I love the colour.
Yes, because I always struggled. Remember I said, Kosais broccoli? No, not about that life. Absolutely not. So I'm going to put in more because I love broccoli. Okay. And that's going to go in. And then we're going to throw in our hero, my favourite, cubitos.
I love the little cubes. That for me is the best. It's a perfect snacky.
You know why I like this? Because you literally just tear it off and then pop it in and you can eat it. So cubitos. There we go. And that's going to pop in over there.
Oh, lucky.
And I'm just going to throw in the whole packet. So you can obviously do whatever you want to.
Yes.
But that is my little bowl. And I'm going to throw in my tomatoes.
And then tomatoes as well is also packed with vitamin C. So this is really a healthy, and it gives that pop of colour. Look how beautiful it looks. Oh, wat 'n bietjie meer in, Jamie.
Okay, so more tomatoes for you. This is for you, so you let me know how many you want.
I love tomatoes. I say a tomato a day keeps the doctor away. That is my saying.
Really?
Not an apple.
Not an apple.
I eat a tomato at least a few a day. So now the dressing.
Now we're going to do our dressing. So we have our olive oil, very good. Some lemon juice as well, also perfect for vitamin C.
Vitamin C,
all
yes.
Those nasty colds and flus. And then we have our mixed herbs.
So that is fresh herbs. So if you don't have fresh herbs, we've all got like a little bit of dried herbs in our fridge. So just put a pinch in because the dried herb is much stronger than the fresh herbs. So just a pinch.
Pinch, okay. Yeah. There we go. Even when I'm telling her to sit down and just relax, she's still schooling me. But I love it.
Just geiling die hele tyd.
I love it. So we're going to scoop that in first.
And what about the spinach and the leaves? That goes on top because that's the lightest.
Yes. Okay. So what I'm going to do is my baby spinach, but you can use any spinach that you have in your fridge. So if you have...
Packed with iron. Also healthy. Helps our immune systems.
And then our litter.
Jamie, this is looking amazing.
I'm going to squish it down a bit. Now, if you wanted to have this for lunch, you would not add your dressing yet because then it's going to wilt. But right now, because Anel is going to be tasting this, I'm going to be throwing a little bit. And you can tell me when to stop.
Oh, that looks delicious.
Salad in a bowl, chickpeas. And my cheese salad, voila.
Jamie, thank you so much. I'm going to have that later.
Absolutely. 5 out of 10
no,
stars.
I give you 10.
10 out of 10, everybody, for my chickpeas and cheese salad. You can try this at home as well. Remember, you can find this on expressoshow.com. Happy eating, everybody.
Looking for a fresh snack? Try Cubitos from Clover. Bite-sized cubes of 100% real cheese in 3 delicious flavors that will change your world. Cubitos. Cube it, snack it, love it.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, from qualified quantity surveyor and part-time runner to a South African marathon and ultramarathon champion, Gerda Steyn is taking the world of running by storm. She won the 2019 Comrades Marathon in a record time and became the first woman to complete the race in under 6 hours. She also recorded her best time at the New York City Marathon last year, which opened doors to the Olympics. So we're catching up with Gerda, who is currently in Dubai. Gerda, how are you doing?
Hi there, I'm very well, thank you. And how are you?
Excellent, and so good to have you in the studio today. Now, obviously, the United Arab Emirates, just like South Africa, has handed down strict lockdown measures due to coronavirus. And you're currently in Dubai and wanting to know how exactly are you finding the lockdown overseas?
Yes, that is correct. Here in the UAE, we have similar lockdown rules to South Africa. It's in complete lockdown, which means we're not allowed out. We even need permits if we want to go grocery shopping or need something from the pharmacy, perhaps. But other than that, we are bound to our own homes. And yes, but we're keeping up well. We are managing.
You were included in South Africa's 56-member preparation squad for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. And now that the Olympics has been moved to 2021, what work have you currently been working towards? Obviously, now that plans have kind of changed a bit.
Yes, there's been a massive change in my preparation schedule now with the Olympic Games being postponed to next year. It didn't come to a complete shock to me that they postponed the Olympic Games. I was aware of what was going on from early on in this year. So I kind of expected them to either cancel or postpone. So to be honest, I was very grateful that they decided to postpone as opposed to cancel, because that was definitely an option. So yeah, now we just have to adapt, change everything, readjust. As an athlete, it's very important to follow a certain, regime. You can't just stay at your peak fitness all year round.
Definitely can relate to you. I mean, obviously, a lot of us as athletes have been preparing and we want to peak, especially in that right moment. So now we obviously have to rework everything, go back to the drawing board. And I can imagine that's a difficult task and an interesting task just to begin with.
Yes, for sure. It is interesting. It keeps it interesting because after every cycle that you prepare, you learn something. So for instance, if you prepare for too long a time, you might have a risk of getting injured because it's just a lot of training load without the tapering or the recovery periods. So yes, it is interesting, and it's all a learning curve. Even this, I mean, now I'm almost forced to for my body to take a rest, and I don't always think that it will be such a bad thing. I was fortunate enough in 2020 already. I've set 2 personal bests over the first one was over the 10 kilometer and then the 21 kilometers. So I've already went through a big training block, even in the short time that this year was not under lockdown.
So now, is there a reason why you specifically are in Dubai and not South Africa?
Yes, my husband works here in Dubai. So it was actually quite, it was a funny story because I was training for the Two Oceans Marathon down in South Africa, and he was on a work trip in Johannesburg. So the news came that we would be in lockdown, and actually before that even, we just heard that Two Oceans Ultramarathon will be cancelled this year. So we sort of just decided, well, I could just as well then come back with him on his work trip back to Dubai, because I wasn't going to race Two Oceans anymore. And fortunately enough for us, we decided that in the moment, because 48 hours later, they closed all borders to the UAE. So we would have been stuck. I would have been in South Africa and he in Dubai for an unlimited time. Even until now, it will probably have been more than 2 months that we would have been apart. So we are fortunate to be together. Even though we are limited to what we can do, at least we are together.
How are you keeping fit, and what is your current training schedule looking like?
So it is obviously very different to what I normally do. I can't run at all. I don't have a treadmill, but I do have an indoor bike trainer. So I'm becoming really good friends with my bike at the moment, and I'm meeting up with friends on virtual rides. So that's keeping me busy and keeping it a bit interesting. Other than that, I am doing home workouts, just gym exercises with the few weights that I've got and balancing equipment, etc. So I'm keeping fit. I believe I am, and just getting through the day. I'm trying to also maintain a sort of a structure to my day, similar to what I would do during normal times. So obviously now with not running, I'm just swapping my runs for a bike ride. So, but other than that, I'm maintaining my fitness to a certain extent.
Well, thank you so much, Gerda, for joining us in studio. And for everybody else out there, I'm sure we cannot wait to see all the incredible work that you're going to produce after the lockdown is over.
Thank you so much. And I'm also really looking forward to being back with all the runners out there, doing what we love and sharing our passion for the sport.
I can, no, I didn't, not at all. Jamie, the voice of God.
Just smile.
Okay.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, all you beautiful people, right here to your Feel Good Breakfast show on SABC3. Happy Monday to all. Now, the latest statistics suggest that 30% of South Africans will have suffered from a mental disorder over the course of their lifetime, and that 1 in 6 are currently suffering from one. The COVID-19 pandemic isn't just a disease outbreak, it has also become a catalyst of emotional and mental pressure for everyone. Staying at home, social distancing, and even self-isolating are crucial in stopping the spread of the virus. But such extreme changes to our daily lives is causing high levels of stress and anxiety amongst the population and worsening symptoms amongst those who already suffer from it. Now, medical doctor Michael Mole joined us via video call to give us his expert opinion on mental health during a pandemic like this. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, Jamie. How are you doing this morning?
Good, and you?
Yeah, very good, thank you. It's Monday. You know, not quite Friday, but Monday's good.
Monday's good. It's a start to a brand new week. But let's get right into it. Why do you think, COVID-19 is so different to anything we've experienced before?
Well, Jamie, simply because it is. I mean, that's the easiest answer. Very few of us have experienced a global pandemic of this nature. You know, natural disasters, floods and fires, they come and go. And generally news about them is quite contained to that area. But for the last couple of months, all we've read is COVID-19. It's on every news channel you turn to. It's everywhere. And generally, the news is not good. We know that it's coming to South Africa. We're just not sure when it's actually going to hit. You know, we've seen the devastating effects of that. And so all this uncertainty, all this pent-up worry is what's creating this concern. That combined with the economic crisis, where people are actually asking the question, can you believe it? Is it lives or livelihood we should be chasing? And all of that is creating this anxiety and this depression. So this viral pandemic has actually caused almost an anxiety pandemic, if you like.
Absolutely. And presumably the extension has obviously just made everything worse, right? Now, in terms of the isolation part of things, how does that then affect someone's mental health as well?
So, Jamie, great question. I mean, humans are social animals, and all of our systems, our physiological and our psychological and our biological systems were all formed around social groups and interactions. And if you take that away, our bodies take quite a hit. And what we find social interaction does is it actually creates a bit of buffer towards stress. So when we engage with friends and family, we get a real sense of self-worth, of purpose, of self-confidence, of belonging. And if we don't get that, that really has a negative impact on us. And that kind of, and having that as a buffer to stress. Now, we know that short-term stress is not a bad thing. So that's what helps you get to your deadlines. It's what helps you get your lines right, you know, when you're on the show, helps us play our best. But it seems what Corona has done is turned on that stress response and kept it on for a long time. And what that's done is had an impact on anxiety and depression.
Oh, absolutely. So what then can people do to help, alleviate some of these feelings of stress and anxiety during this time?
Well, I mean, if there's a simple answer, I'd be the one shouting from the rooftops, even with a guitar in my hand, like some of our musicians have done. Apology to all the neighbors. But because we're experiencing this differently, or we're experiencing it on an individual level, we need to deal with it individually. So I would say two things. One, give yourself the opportunity to almost be worried and feel a little bit stressed out. Emotional repression at a time like this when things are so uncertain is certainly not good for your health. It's one thing to kind of try and get yourself to relax when you're battling with grade 6 mathematics, but you also need to give yourself a chance just to let your hair not down a little bit, but just sort of launch out a little bit at the whole reality of things. It's not a normal situation to be in. Yeah. And at that point, I'd also say just give yourself a break from watching the news. You can do so much. There's so much that you can get on with life without having to know the latest headline or deadline, and with a sort of flurry of news and fake news makes things even worse. I would say take a break. Don't feel like you know what the latest update on COVID is, and just get on doing the things that you normally do.
That's such a good tip. And I've also been seeing a lot of people doing some garden running challenges, and someone did a full Ironman triathlon just a few weeks ago. Is it even more important now to look after our physical health as well?
Jamie, is it ever not important to look after our physical health? I mean, that's the answer there. But yes, absolutely, especially with lockdown, especially because we're indoors, and especially two things, exercise and sleep. When it comes to exercise, we know how good that is for our overall well-being from all sorts of aspects. But exercise particularly produces something called endorphins, happy hormones, hormones that really have an impact on, again, buffering stress. All right, so exercise, very, very important. Also, when we're anxious, anxiety brings up this pent-up energy, and that energy, if not kind of used, often sort of lashes out in worry and anger and irritation. So if you're feeling yourself spiraling out of control, I'd say do something active. That's exercise. When it comes to sleep, it's the quality of your sleep and the quantity of your sleep that really matters. It's so tempting to just relax on the couch and binge watch your favorite show. But my suggestion is keep your routine regular. Go to bed and get up at the same time every day, Monday through Sunday, because our sleep is vitally important.
I love that. Thank you so much, Dr. Michael Moore, for joining us this morning and giving us these wise words of wisdom with regards to our mental health. So thank you so much.
Pleasure, Jamie. Anytime.
While you focus on your mental health at home, also maybe take time for your physical health and maybe get some few tips from Raldo Morne himself.
You know what time it is? Of course, we're speaking everything health, wealth, fitness, and you've just heard some incredible and insightful tips on mental health specifically. And one of the concerns many people have during the lockdown is mental health, exactly. And spending too much time indoors and missing social interactions can have a negative effect on the mind. And this is why daily exercise is so crucial. And as you've learned over the past few weeks, an effective workout doesn't have to include any fancy equipment or running laps. So let's get everybody at home involved. And this morning, I'll be taking you through a few more ways to get the whole family moving, shaking, and grooving. So if you were tuned in last week, we played an incredible, fun, it was full of energy, exciteful game. It was called Ingle Angle, and we used something quite simple. As we did last week, we used some old stockings and we tied them together to create somewhat of a net. And this morning, we're going to be doing a very similar thing. So this morning, we're using the same piece of equipment, so we're not wasting, we're kind of upcycling and recycling here. And I've created a little bit of an obstacle course that's going to work on mobility, it's going to work on strength, it's going to work on those stabilizers, especially some of those small muscles that you don't always use during the day. And of course, involving kids, it's not always easy to get them to do exercise, but we're masking it with some fun. So today we're going to do a little game. It's called an obstacle course. We're starting off with our stockings stretched across any sort of section or area you have at your house that you can create about a 2-meter line with. If you have a bigger house, then by all means, definitely make it a little bit longer, and that'll make your obstacle course longer as well. But before we begin, everybody at home, if you are joining in, what we need to do, especially for today's workout and exercise, we're going to need to work out and strengthen our ankles. So we're going to basically do an ankle roll, standing in the position that we're in now. We're going to basically take your right foot and rotate it with your toes staying on the ground, and we're kind of just rotating in circles, getting some good mobility in those ankles. And then you're doing the same thing on the other foot, and you can repeat that by going clockwise and anti-clockwise. And this is just going to give some mobility and movement in these ankles, especially considering what we're going to be doing with them in the exercise. So enough of the small talk. You guys all warmed up at home. We're going to start with the fun and games. So you're going to get all the kids involved, and we're going to get them to do some fun workouts, and we're going to get them to also use their coordination quite specifically. So you have two options for the obstacle course. You can either make your way along the line of the obstacle, or if 4 of you, 5 of you, if you have a big family, you're all doing it together, you're more than welcome to stay on the spot and just use your line for exercise. So we're going to go into the good stuff now. So for exercise or obstacle number 1, it's very simple. We're doing double-legged hops. So for me, I'm one man alone today. I'm solo in my isolation, so I'm going to be playing the game alone. And what I do is I make sure that both feet are moving across the line at the same time. All right, so this is going to use our hip flexors, it's going to use our coordination and our quads at the same time. The kids won't even know about this, but trust me, it's going to burn. So we're essentially just doing simple hops, both legs together, hop, 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 and you made your way all the way across level 1 of the course, and you can make your way all the way back. We're going for another double-legged hop, 2, 3, 4, and what I need you guys to make sure specifically is that you're trying to get your heels off the ground. If we're going to be landing with our heels, it's going to be creating too much contact, too much impact on those joints especially. We really want to cushion the landing, and that's where the exercise element of this comes into play. So make sure that when you are landing, you're landing with your toes and you're not heel striking. That's going to kind of protect those joints. Once you've nailed that, you'll often see a lot of kids will struggle and they'll go one leg at a time. We want to prevent that and want to get them to really use their core and their hip flexors to bring both legs up together. Once they've mastered level 1, we can roll to level 2. All right, so level 2 is quite simple. We're staying on the ground, we're staying nice and low. Of course, if you want to and you want to make it more difficult, you can raise it up, but we've got another challenge for that later. So simple. Once again, we're using one leg at a time now. We're incorporating more balance, more stability, and we're going to try hop without landing on our heels. heel first, hop all the way across, nice and simple. Already feeling a nice burn in the quads there, already feeling my calves working because I'm not using my heel, and then switching over to the other foot, doing the exact same thing all the way through to the other side, and you should definitely start feeling the burn, start feeling the pump and the fun through this exercise. So that's number 2. All right, so you've got your kids on the ground, they've just mastered level 2 of the obstacle course. We're going over to number 3. Now we're gonna do a bit of a broad jump and make it a little bit more impactful. So with both legs together, we're gonna jump over and then crisscross jump and then return back while traversing all the way through to the end of our course. So let me show you, very simple, both legs together. We're not gonna jump one at a time, okay? No rep. All right, you gotta start over. So with both legs together, you jump, you land into a nice squat, all right? Straight from the squat, you're gonna turn around and then jump across once again. And then turn around, jump across again. Turn around, jump across, turn around, jump across. Woo. Simple as that. I'm already feeling my calves and I haven't even gotten into the good stuff yet. And then you make your way all the way across to the other side, and that's level 3. So I'll show you level 3 again. You can make it faster, you can make it slower. It depends on how much control you have and how much balance your kids at home have as well. But remember to get a good squat in it. So jump over, turn around, jump over, turn around, jump over, turn around, and over. Woo. I'm a grown kid and I'm feeling this. I'm sure your kids at home are gonna feel this one. So that's your first 3 levels of our basic level of our obstacle course, and we've mastered this already. We've played games before, you guys have seen it, but we're gonna step it up a little bit and make things a little bit more exciting now. So we're moving over to level 2. We're raising our net or our stocking or anything else that you might have at home. Remember, you don't have a stocking, don't stress. You can use a rope, you can use a string, or anything else that you have. And I'm halfway through the obstacle course and you can hear my breathing. So this is a workout. So we're going over to our next round, or the higher level of this workout, which is really fun. So we're gonna do something first. It's called a squat lunge switch. All right, so what we're gonna do is you gotta squat all the way underneath, 2 punches, come all the way around, 2 punches. Obviously, the lower your netting is, the harder it's gonna be. For me, you can see how my hips are quite high already, so I'm gonna struggle with this, but let's try it out. So I've gotta get to the other side. You guys with me? All right, let's do it. So going for a squat. Woo. Low squat, 2 punches, low squat again. Woo. 2 punches. Clearly my squat's not low enough, so I have to tuck underneath. 2 punches, and then go straight back to the other side. All right, repeat that. Get underneath, 2 punches, underneath again, 2 punches, and you make your way all the way through to the end of the course. Oh, you're now starting to use your upper body. You're starting to use your core now as your kids will crawl through and underneath the obstacle. And feel free at home to get creative with this. So you don't have to use one line. You can make a couple lines down the passage. You can make a long line, which is obviously going to make the obstacle itself a lot longer and harder. But moving over to the last round, anybody else at home has found this to be quite easy and not that much of a challenge. You can try this last exercise out. It's the last round of the obstacle course at home. And what you're gonna try to do is do a broad jump straight over the net. So obviously it's quite high. I need to use my glutes now. I need to focus on my landing in that squat. And then I'm gonna crawl to a reverse bear crawl all the way through and then try to get to the other side, all right? Let's try this out. Okay, so good squat jump, everybody, making sure you're hinging at the hip. Squat over, both legs, woo, into a bear crawl, and then you reverse. Through, underneath, straight for another jump. Woo, and then keep your bear crawl, good reverse. You'll feel your core. Glutes once again for my jump. Crawling through. Woo, and I made it to the other side of my obstacle course. Simple as that, guys. You guys at home, make sure you try this out. Let me know how the fun is going at home. I'm solo here and I'm having the time of my life. I don't even have friends in my isolation, but I'm sure you got some kids that you can entertain with this game. So make sure you enjoy it, have some fun with it, and you can always incentivize them as they get through every round. You can reward them with anything cool at home, maybe reduce their chores, but I'm feeling this, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little hack, and we'll see you after this for some more Expresso magic.
Minister. Hi, Minister.
Hi, good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm always good.
Awesome. We are on a ad break now, and then we'll come straight to you.
Okay, fine. I'm ready. I'm ready.
So, just want to confirm your name, Albert Fritz, correct?
Albert Fritz, yes. And I'm speaking to Jamie.
You're speaking to Jamie, yes.
Okay, thanks very much.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're still keeping it locked here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show on this Monday morning. Now, currently, we're 4 days into the extended lockdown, and we're joined now by Western Cape Minister of Community Safety, Albert Fritz, who's talking to us about the latest stats on the coronavirus in South Africa and the changes to certain lockdown rules. Good morning.
Good morning, and good morning to all our viewers.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, Minister, can you give us an update on the latest COVID-19 statistics right here in South Africa?
Yes, as at the 19th of April, which was yesterday, there were 3,158 recorded infections in South Africa. And over the same period, the Western Cape has recorded 868 cases of COVID infections. Regrettably, there were 2 more COVID-related deaths, one in KwaZulu-Natal and one in the Western Cape. And this, of course, brings the total of deaths to 54 at the moment, as it stands.
Okay, talk us through the new amendments as well to the lockdown as well. What new regulations has been put in place, and when has lockdown been extended to, and who can now return to work or not?
Yes, remember the one important, or some of the important regulations that I would just kind of alert you to highlight is the one is the regulations prohibiting the sale of alcohol and cigarettes. That remains completely unchanged. That, and the other point with alcohol is that even the transportation of alcohol is banned unless it is meant for any medical purpose. So that's a very, very important one because a lot of our farmers export wine to China and to other countries in the world. Even that is now stopped. The transportation from the farm to the harbour, that's been prohibited. Then it's now allowed. The following artisans are now allowed, and they're now able to operate to do emergency repairs work like locksmiths, like roof repairers, plumbers, electricians, and in the same vein, some hardware and car parts stores will be able to open, but only for emergency supplies. And then in one of the issues that we still have very, very, very worried about is that our community neighborhood watches and our community police forum, they're still not allowed to patrol. They're not. And remember, some of our burglaries went up in some of our areas. So that's a bit unfortunate. And we're talking to National about relaxing that specific regulation to allow neighborhood watchers to protect their own neighborhoods. And then one of the other important ones is the regulations is that children may move between parents
with a birth certificate,
but they must be in possession. They must be in possession of a court order or the parent, and the parental responsibility and right agreement must be in their possession. Or they must have a parenting plan. But this must all be underlined, underscored, or supported by a court order. So that's some of the very, very important kind of regulations that have been amended.
Absolutely. You spoke on, or you touched on this briefly, you said that the government has maintained that the restrictions on alcohol and cigarette sales will remain the same. But there's also been a number of cases of liquor traders who are selling alcohol during this lockdown period. What are some of the penalties and maybe the consequences that they can face if they do this?
Yes, in the Western Cape, because remember, the liquor kind of authorities are all provincialized. So in this province, we've asked the Western Cape Liquor Authority to ensure that any outlet which contravenes the lockdown conditions be liable for a maximum fine of 115,610 rand. So it's a very hectic fine. Anyone who's doing that, We had one big company one of the outlets were opened in Observatory. We're looking at unemployment for that time. And also to have the liquor licenses permanently, revoked. Of course, that will go through an investigation. And then we're also very, very happy that our provincial joint operations of the police, the correctional services, the justice department, Department of Community Safety, all of those departments with the police, all of them, they have also on the 25th of March agreed that no alcohol that's confiscated from anyone after paying, confiscated and the guilty person paying the fine will be returned. Because before we still had an absurd taxes where after you pay the fine, they confiscate your liquor, you pay the fine and they will return your liquor. That's why we had such high murder rates in the Western Cape, because it was all liquor related. And so we're very, very happy that part is still intact. And we've seen an absolute reduction in crime. I'm talking about that personal violence, interpersonal violence, crime. We also in the Shapina, we have a drink and then we argue over a beer and I kill you, I stab you, I shoot you. We also talk about, in many, many instances where at one case, 6 women were murdered in a Shapina one night in Kravica. So that has completely disappeared. Our murder rate came completely down. And then our emergency units in hospitals,
yes,
they can't believe it's like no one there. It's like one person for a whole weekend. It used to be mass crowds coming in for medical attention previously.
Definitely a positive side that we are seeing with regards to this ban on alcohol. But thank you so much, Albert Fritz, for joining us this morning and having this conversation with us.
Always a pleasure, and thank you very much. I hope everyone will stick to the regulations, stay at home.
You too. Stay home and stay safe as well, Albert.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, for you at home, if you want to lodge a complaint or report a contravention of the regulations to the WCLA contact centre on 021-204-9805 or contact SAPS on 10111. Let's all work together to stay home and stay safe.
Now, of course, for all of you at home that have been obeying the lockdown, and obviously only going out for essential services, we cannot salute and thank you enough. By flattening the curve, we are literally saving the lives of countless South Africans.
Absolutely true. Now, the streets that have been hustling and bustling with cars, with people, with street vendors, people going about their daily business have now gone quiet.
Yeah.
Footage that depicts what Cape Town city centre and the Atlantic seaboard currently look like has been compiled by South African drone company Step Above.
Yeah, now, usually they capture footage for commercial purposes and their remote operator certificate allows them to legally operate drones in controlled airspaces. And they are listed as an essential service and were issued permits to fly over areas of Cape Town to document the quiet streets during lockdown. So let's take a look at what they captured. but yet so empowering to see this. Wow, that is stunning footage indeed.
Absolutely stunning, so quiet and so serene, but for a purpose. Thank you so much to Step Above for capturing that footage to show exactly how seriously South Africans are taking the ongoing lockdown. Thank you once again for the footage on social media. As we do every single day, we check up on you to see how you are doing, if you are surviving, if you are healthy, if you are safe. And today we ask you to send in your selfies, your quarantine
lockdown
selfies.
Yes, see how you guys are doing at home, and we've got some awesome feedback already, and we got some pictures in. First one's from Agnes Boyson. I'm serving and staying safe, everybody, or stay safe, everybody, I think is the message to all of us at home. So thank you so much, Agnes, for that. And then we've got Bongi Kosi Rasi, who says, lockdown selfies, Old Town Road at. I'm loving the gears there, my man.
This one comes from Umili Mgwalangwala. She says, safe home with my TV on. Later music should fill my ears. Millie Art, what more do I need? What more do you need than yourself, girl? Absolutely love it. This one comes from Ramona Nicholas, and she says, morning Expresso team, catching some lovely sun and keeping safe. Heart emoji.
I'm glad you are indeed. And then we've got Jennifer Chunley, says, hashtag lockdown selfie. It's me, myself, and I time with a good cuppa. Oh, I'm glad you're staying safe, and that does not sound bad at all. And then Josephine Pickstone. I'm loving the look. I think that must be inspired by Jamie Lee and our Duke Fridays. Dressed up a bit, lipstick makes everything feel better, and you do look so much
stunning.
So stunning indeed.
Last but not least comes from Matapelo Modipani Mkhize, and Matapelo says, at work, healthcare worker. Thank you so much, Matapelo, alongside with your colleagues and every health worker in South Africa for, making sure that we kind of try to flatten the curve and or the spread of the coronavirus.
Yeah. It's really cool, actually, to see how everybody is with us.
Yes.
We're together, and just to see how everybody's sharing their little piece of their lockdown and how they're dealing with it. It's good to know that we're in this together, so thank you for sharing that with us. Indeed.
Absolutely true. The time is now 8 o'clock. It's time for the news headlines with Jamie.
Thank you so much, guys. It's just on 8 o'clock, time to delve into those news headlines. Starting off with your national news, vulnerable South Africans are set to benefit with access to food parcels and vouchers as the South African Social Security Agency, SASSA, has set aside over 400 million rand for social relief. Now, the presidency said in a statement after his meeting with his coordinating council to discuss measures to strengthen this country's response to COVID-19 that government wants to provide relief for those in social distress who are battling with a loss of income, food shortages, and who have no access to water due to the lockdown. The Gauteng Liquor Forum has decided not to take President Cyril Ramaphosa to court for now after he denied them permission to sell alcohol during the lockdown period. The forum had written to the president asking him to relax the regulation which prohibits the sale and distribution of alcohol during the lockdown period. Meanwhile, with a blanket ban on alcohol sales and supplies fast drying up for those who didn't anticipate a lockdown extension, many people are turning their kitchens into mini breweries. But there are warnings of unintended consequences resulting from this, such as alcohol poisoning. And now on to our international news. Doctors in Japan have warned that the country's medical system could collapse amid a wave of new coronavirus cases. Emergency rooms have been unable to treat some patients with serious health conditions due to the extra burden caused by the virus, officials say. Japan, which initially appeared to have the virus under control, passed 10,000 confirmed cases. Now, more than 200 people have now died with COVID-19. The capital, Tokyo, remains the worst affected area. Africa could become the next epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak, the World Health Organization has warned. UN officials also say it is likely the pandemic will kill at least 300,000 people in Africa and push nearly 30 million into poverty. The past week, Africa has seen a sharp rise in coronavirus cases. There have been almost 1,000 deaths and almost 19,000 infections across Africa. The UN Economic Commission for Africa called for a $100 billion safety net for the continent, including halting external debt payments. And now, how a friendly picture helps to comfort a scared patient. While medical staff across the world are wearing PPE such as masks and overalls to keep themselves safe as they treat patients with COVID-19, many have taken to attaching photos of themselves to their protective overalls. A doctor from San Diego, California, Robertino Rodriguez, said he felt so bad for his patients in the ER when he would come into the room with his face all covered in PPE. He says a reassuring smile can make such a big difference to a scared patient, bringing some brightness in these dark times. He decided to make a giant laminated badge for his PPE suit, sharing a picture of himself on Instagram. He says his patients can now see his reassuring and comforting smile. This custom has now caught on across the globe, bringing some comfort to COVID-19 patients worldwide. And now turning our gaze to the world of entertainment. MT is not the only rapper in Mzansi to have a song about the beautiful Pearl Thusi. In an Instagram live this past Friday, Nasty C debuted a song for the actress that he had written a few years ago but never had the chance to finish. He explained that Pearl has often got a lot on her plate and he wanted to send her a message of support with his song titled WUD. The song encourages Pearl to dust herself off and not worry about what haters might say. He said, quote, "This is just like a salute to her. She is like a sister to me. She has always been showing love since the beginning. She has come a long way and doesn't owe her critics a thing. We hope she's certainly feeling the love." That's where we leave your 8 o'clock news. Here's a final look at the weather with Kutle.
We've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. Dr. Ashley Peterson, who can be seen here wearing his COVID-19 testing gear, sent us this beautiful sunrise picture from Kensington in Cape Town while on his way to work. The mother city can expect cooler temperatures today with showers reaching a maximum of 18 degrees. Dr. Ashley, please be safe during the testing process and thank you for your commitment during this time. Mark Travis Nell would like to wish us a very good morning with a stunning sunrise picture showing the first rays of the day from his home in Port Elizabeth, my hometown, by the way, where mostly sunny and pleasant conditions can be expected today with a maximum temperature of 25 degrees for the windy city. Have a fantastic day, Mark, and once again, thank you so much for your sunrise picture. Now, most of South Africa can expect sunny conditions today, starting off in Polokwane with a low of 9 degrees, reaching a high of 24. Decreasing clouds for Mbombela at a low of 11 degrees, reaching a high of 26. Hazy sunshine for Pretoria at a minimum temperature of 13, reaching a maximum of 25. Johannesburg, 10-24. Mostly sunny for Mahikeng at a maximum temperature of 28 degrees and a minimum of 12. A light southwesterly breeze of 7 kilometers an hour for Klerksdorp at 10 as the minimum, reaching a maximum of 28. Kimberley, 16-29. Bloemfontein, 11-27. And plenty of sunshine for Richards Bay at a maximum of 29 and a minimum of 18. High humidity for Pietermaritzburg at temperatures ranging between 14 and 30. Sunny conditions for Durban at a maximum temperature of 28 and a minimum of 20. It's a sunny day in Mthatha with a high of 33 degrees and a low of 15. A gentle northwesterly breeze of 18 kilometers an hour for East London. Emondi at a low of 7, reaching a high of 30 degrees. Kredok, 12-34 are your temperatures for today. Port Elizabeth, it's a partly cloudy day as 15 is your minimum temperature, reaching a maximum of 25. Cooler conditions for George at a low of 13, reaching a high of 24. A breezy morning for Sutherland at a minimum of 5 degrees, reaching a maximum of 22. It's a rainy day in Cape Town at a low of 11, reaching a high of 18. And Worcester, 11-23. And summer-like temperatures for Uppington at a maximum temperature of 34 and a minimum of 18. Now remember, whichever part of the country you're in, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves a fantastic Monday morning.
A fantastic Monday we are going to have. Guys, we are officially got 2 weeks left of the lockdown, and Ultra Dog suggests that you use this time to connect with your pets and also get the kids involved. Maybe teach your dog some new tricks and keeping them busy at the same time. Now, acclaimed dog trainer and behaviorist Coris Nafta from Happy Dogs has sent us a great tutorial on how to build an obstacle course for your dog to give them a, fun challenge. Maybe let's take a look at it.
Good morning, Expresso. My name is Karis. I'm a dog trainer, and I'm going to be showing you a bunch of games and tricks and obedience exercises you can do with your dogs at home during lockdown to help entertain them and also bond with them as well. This first video, I'm going to show you how to build an obstacle course. My daughter and I spent all morning building a course with things we found around our house, and you can do the same. You can get super creative with this. The purpose of this exercise is, one, to build your dog's confidence because they walk over different sort of surfaces with different sort of shapes and textures, and that's a really important life skill for them. And it's fun. It makes them engage their brain and keep their mind busy. So have fun, enjoy it, get as creative as possible. If you have a dog that is uncomfortable standing on new things, then try to find one object at a time to have them walk over. What we're doing here is stringing a whole bunch of things together so that the dogs have a fun little course to go through. We've got a drying rack. I've hung a plastic packet between two chairs. There's a yoga mat and a suitcase that's opened. Anything you can find that has a funny texture or a funny sort of shape for your dogs to go through is good. Get creative with it. If they're nervous at all, use treats and first get them to go through one aspect of the course at a time and then see if you can string the whole thing together. Anything you do is good for them. Keep it really simple if your dog is uncomfortable. Have fun. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, how I wish I had dogs now, but I'm definitely going to use this for the Frenchies when they return. But don't forget, it's a brand new week, and Ultra Dog is giving you a brand new chance to win one of the Ultra Cool hampers every day this week. Now, there are 5 hampers up for grabs, and each valued at 2,000 Rand, and will be personalized to suit your pet's dietary needs, plus with some extra toys and grooming essentials thrown in there too. Now, to win today's hamper, we simply want you to tell us why your dog is ultra cool and why they would love to win this epic hamper. Share your answer on the competition post on the Expresso Facebook page. And remember that today's competition closes at 5 p.m. today. Remember, terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com.
Right, and now this morning, obviously, we're always chatting to you guys on social media, getting your comments, getting your feelings on the day. And we posted up something of a heart throbber that is joining us in the studio later today. And we wanted to check out what you guys had to actually say about it before he arrived on the show. So we had Sandra Nayaga, who says, I love the team, a big fan of JBL. That's Jonathan Boynton Lee, and he is worth getting up for in the morning. John, no.
Oh, what better way to start your morning, right, Sandra? Now, this one comes from Shamaine. She says, me, love this man's personality. He has a fantastic, fantastic personality.
And then Nokopila Masangane, wow, my crush. I wouldn't miss it for a COVID cure. Wow, hashtag Expresso Morning Show. Jonna, what have you done to
What? Nokopila? I feel like you should retract your statement, ma'am. What? That is a bit drastic. This one comes from Ren. She says he looks good, like a young Bruce Willis. Really? Do you see it?
I can see a little bit of Bruce.
Okay, we'll take it.
And then we've got Melanie and Stanley. Those eyes. I think everybody just got captivated by those eyes. So stay tuned for more after the break, where I'm going to be chatting to the heartthrob himself. More magic coming later.
Kick off your savings goals with 0 monthly fees and unlimited swipes. Get a pay-as-you-use account on the Nedbank Money app today. Money.
my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, South African heartthrob Jonathan Boyton-Lee has exploded on the TV screens as a top-playing presenter a few years back, and now the actor, presenter, Cosmo's sexiest man, among many other accolades. Jonathan is making no secret that he's keeping safe by staying home and, of course, working from home. So we're right here to catch up with the man himself. Jonathan, how are you doing this morning? And I must just say, you're probably one of the only men I know that can look this dapper on a Wi-Fi call. So thanks for joining us. How are you doing?
Hey, brother. How's it going?
Absolutely magic, man. And of course, even better now that you join us in the studio. Now, I know lockdown has thrown the whole country by storm, and we all had to change our daily habits and adjust into a new way of living. So how has this influenced your daily life and how you've adapted to your routine of living, working, and keeping safe at home?
I haven't adapted yet. It still feels like I'm living in some kind of apocalyptic film or something, waiting for the zombies to like kind of break through my door. It's like a crazy time, man. It's very surreal. But you know, all you got to do is take it a day at a time. Luckily, in our industry, like I'm talking to you now, with technology and stuff, we can communicate. We can still do shoots. I did a shoot yesterday on my roof. I've got an audition tomorrow for a movie that I'm just going to film and send off. So luckily, like we're very versatile in our industry when it comes to technology. But it's still an adjustment, man. I miss being on set. I miss seeing you guys. I miss seeing your faces. I miss seeing my crew and hearing action and cut. And like it's weird kind of being your own director and writer and producer. And it's a very lonely situation here, man. And I'm isolating with Marilyn here behind me. That's my only companion right now.
Oh, I'm glad you got someone keeping you company. And also, I think, like you said, it's such a blessing to be able to still kind of use the tech that we have to pursue that hustle. And great to see that you're still doing the bangs. And I know you hosted, well, speaking of this, you actually hosted a session on Instagram with Mika Stefano. What was the idea behind this, and why did you decide to collaborate with him and get involved in fitness?
Well, you know, it's obviously very important and a lot more difficult to stay fit at home. I'm sure you'll know, like, it's there's no equipment, there's no gym. So it's been really cool, like Mika and people like Tasha Smith as well, and the Sweet 1000 guys. They've been doing a lot of sort of live online classes. And I like doing live because you feel like it's a live sports game. You can't miss it. You've got to be there for the thing. You can't catch up. So Mika was hosting a whole lot of celebrity sessions, and he asked me to just, if he could train me, and then people could just join and train with us. It was a really cool thing. People were joining and commenting, and everyone was exercising together, and it was a really cool thing to do, you know, like get everyone moving, get everyone active, and show them they don't need equipment, they don't need dumbbells and weights and everything. You can use your own body weight, and you can just get active on your lounge floor.
Yeah, I think it's so awesome. And as hard as the pandemic is, the silver lining of everybody out there getting an extra opportunity to engage and interact with personalities like yourself. So I think that's always a beautiful positive. Yeah, so you recently also posted that you truly highly admire your dad. I'm wanting to know what inspired this statement. Of course, your parents are celebrating their 55th wedding anniversary on top of it. So congratulations to them.
Yo, crazy, eh? 55 years, man. It's like half a century with the same person. They've set the bar impossibly high for me. No wonder I'm single. Like, I can't live up to that ideal that they have. But yeah, not just my dad, my parents. You know, my parents, the two of them have been incredible. It's no secret my story with them and the adoption and how they've given me the most incredible life. And they live just down. In fact, I can probably show you them quickly. They're just down there. So, like, it's one of those houses I can kind of stand on my balcony.
What's up, moms? What's up?
So I video called them on their 55th wedding anniversary. The two of them were very cute there on the couch, and my mom was cooking for my dad, and they're having a nice romantic dinner at home in lockdown. But yeah, man, what else can I say about my parents that I haven't already said? They're just an inspiration to me. They're the two of the most beautiful people in the world. They've given me an amazing life. I mean, it's just, I've got so much love for them, and I really miss giving them a hug right now, you know?
Oh, it's so beautiful. Well, the bar has definitely been set. 55 years of love, commitment, and pure joy. Now, John, obviously not everybody is lucky enough to go through so many positives when it comes to this pandemic. So someone like you, do you have any words of encouragement for the viewers out there just to kind of keep positive and not lose the faith?
Look, the way I'm keeping positive is trying to do as much as I can to help those who are in need during this time. You know, there's so much we can do right now. There's so many organizations out there that are giving people food, that are going and doing charity drives and stuff. We're lucky to have a roof over our heads and food on our table. There's millions of South Africans who aren't. So any little thing that you can do, man, it's really not hard to find organizations that are helping now, places you can donate to. There's a mountain that surrounds me here, man. I saw two homeless guys the other day, are still living in the mountains. Yeah, I just leave them a little bag of food on the way they walk into the mountains there. Little things that you can do to help other people. That's how I'm getting through, man, because I just feel so horrible for the people who are really, really struggling right now. And then just taking it a day at a time. One thing that irritates me is people out there going, use this time to become a better person and learn a new skill and do online courses. Like, there's already enough pressure as it is dealing with this crazy situation. We don't need people saying now, go and get super fit in the next 21 days and go and learn a new skill and, do what you have to do. You really don't need to use this time to go and now become a better person. Like, if lying on the couch and de-stressing for these next 21 days is how you're going to cope with this, that's how you must cope with it. Don't listen to all these people like going crazy and learning new things and, do what you have to do. Take it a day at a time and do you.
Oh, I love that, Jonathan, just sharing some wise words of wisdom. Obviously, don't put too much pressure on yourself during the lockdown. Explore your passion and just do anything that you need to do to kind of cope and survive. So Jonathan has been keeping safe by staying at home, and he's proof to all of us that the world can still go on by keeping healthy, keeping fit, being productive, or doing anything that tickles your fancy. So Jonathan, your positive attitude and enthusiasm inspires all of us, and I can't thank you enough for sharing your wisdom. So have an incredible day, and thank you for joining us in studio, man.
Thanks for joining you. I wish I was there.
All right, cheers, brother. Have a brilliant one. Stay tuned for more on the show, guys.
Cheers.
Now, this week on Woolies has you covered for all your family lunches and dinners. Woolies Daily Difference this week has a range of everyday pastas and pasta sauces for those delicious and quick and easy meal prep solutions. You can get 5 packs of everyday pastas for only 55 Rand. So save on this week's can't miss deals. Now, all the Woolies quality you love for less. In studio to get us all set for your very own pasta cooking masterclass is none other than Chef Clem.
I'm here. Thank you. Tuchel, that's amazing. Thank you so much for that intro. I'll pay you later. Right.
I'm going to send you an invoice just now.
Thank you. How amazing is that deal? 55 Rand for 5 packs of pasta.
That's insane.
Especially right now where we're trying to come up with amazing meal solutions. And we want to make sure we have enough in our cupboards right now. Not overstocking, but we just have what we need. We don't need to go to the shops every single day, every second day. That promo is amazing. And I believe if you have pasta in your cupboard, you're always 15 minutes away from a meal.
Exactly.
It is so amazing.
Thank you so much for putting us on, Chef Clem.
Are you ready for this?
I am
This
very
is super
ready.
simple, and what I want you to try this week when it's your night to cook, it's really, really easy. Okay, so what I've got is my pan. Gonna get that on, just like that. To it, I'm gonna add some olive oil. So you were quite fascinated with all the ingredients that are going into this pasta.
I was.
Yeah. The thing is,
anchovies. I'm seeing olives. I'm seeing, what else am I seeing?
Capers.
What's that?
Capers. Okay, a lot of people think it's like a weird seafood because it's so salty and briny. It's not. It's actually like a type of, it grows like a berry on a bush. Okay, and then it's brined, super salty. It adds so much flavor to anything that you cook with. I like eating it like raw. But it's quite you have to develop a palate to eat it. It's quite hectic. Okay.
I'm not trying to try it out.
Not today. It's Monday.
Today.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to put all these powerful ingredients, like garlic is quite powerful in flavor, anchovies, same thing, capers, and then olives as well. But it's all going to come together, harmonize in the sauce. It's going to be absolutely delicious. Okay. Garlic. Great immune booster.
Of course.
Immune boosters. What are they going to immune boosters?
Please,
okay.
let's
Can we just talk about this? Can we talk about this? It's vitamin C because I'm the ultimate C. And we've got the mother, because you're taking over the kitchen, the mother of the kitchen.
Yes, I am.
So mine has got orange turmeric and cayenne pepper.
Mine has strawberry, blueberry, and apple cider vinegar.
Okay, we just do this.
Cool.
I think this is a really good idea. We should boost our immune system every morning with these juices. New kitchen ritual. Okay.
Do you have to down it?
Well, no, we didn't two.
Oh, drink it throughout.
Shots.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh, mine's fiery.
Is very delicious.
Mine's got that chili.
I've had that one, but the after kick is very strong. I can't handle it.
I love it. Okay, cool. So, garlic for our immune booster over there as well. To that, I'm going to add some anchovies. Anchovies are a little different because it's fishy. But what happens is, as it cooks, it kind of melts into the sauce. It disappears.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it becomes one with the sauce.
It becomes one with the sauce. So I really, really like anchovies. I like it on like focaccia bread. I like that fishiness, that saltiness, that brininess. Some people don't. Did you say you don't think you do?
No, I don't think I would at all.
But when it disappears in the sauce, you'll be fine with it, right? That's the thing. Okay.
I don't want to see it.
You don't want to see it?
Nope.
So some capers going in. You can chop the capers up. Why am I doing this? So you can chop the capers up if you want. I'm sorry, I'm just emptying the bowl quickly. You can chop the capers up. I don't mind the capers being whole. I like want to chew on it, okay?
You want to feel the crunch. Is it crunchy or is it a soft
the
kind of...
little seeds inside there kind of are crunchy. If you're worried about that, just chop it up.
Okay.
Then it just disappear. Cool.
Are those
now,
olives?
I love olives.
I do not love olives at all.
Jamie, are you busy with something, Jamie? Can you maybe come into the kitchen? Kukule's got to go somewhere.
I cannot stand olives, and I have a theory.
Okay.
Do you eat pineapples on pizza?
I don't mind it.
People who eat olives eat pineapple on pizza, and I can never understand why.
And what's wrong with people
who
who
would
eat
do
pineapple
that?
on pizza?
No!
I believe it's only social media that made us believe that there's something wrong with pineapple on pizza.
I'm not social media. I'm Kushle, and I'm telling you straight up.
Okay.
That olives, no.
Okay, to our viewers at home, do you think it's a sin to have pineapple in your pizza? I don't know. Kukule's quite serious about this. Where's Jamie? Jamie, I need backup in the kitchen today because I'm not doing well. Where's Jamie?
What is happening? What is going on, guys?
Pineapple on pizza?
Absolutely, yes.
Do you eat olives?
How else? How else can you have that? Do I eat olives?
Yes.
No.
What? Okay, brother Rao.
Okay.
No, you guys are hectic today. Okay, but it's fine. Okay, let's talk about what's in the pan.
Can I replace the olives with something else?
You can totally take it out. Absolutely, each and every one of these ingredients you can substitute. Okay. So if you don't like the anchovies, take the anchovies out. If you don't like the olives, take the olives out. But garlic, you must.
No, it's a staple.
Okay. Then I've gone with my tomato and basil pasta sauce. Also on promo, Daily Difference, got you sorted. That's going in. And this is something you need to always have in your cupboard. This is like instant happiness. I use this on pizza, for pizza sauce.
Oh, yes, it makes sense.
It's so good. So we give this a good mix. And already that anchovy is broken down, the anchovy is mixed through. Another thing about olives is we tend to like really overload our salads or our sauces with olives. But like in Italy, they use olives as a seasoning.
Oh.
A little bit of saltiness, a bit of tang that goes in there. So this actually, maybe this will be the day that you try it and you maybe like it. Kukle? Nah, friend. Okay, dare me to eat something that I don't like, and then we can do the challenge. We can do that in the week. But I'm not going to tell you what I don't like.
I eat nice things only. Like, I'm not, like, I wouldn't necessarily go for things that I don't necessarily like.
Maybe we got this lockdown to kind of like overcome our kitchen fears.
That's actually very true. I'm going to taste it and I'm going to make a fair judgment. I'm going to come from a very platonic point of view.
And then I'm going to honestly find something that I don't like and I'll try it with you, okay?
Okay, fantastic. I'm game for that.
All right.
It's a very quick and easy recipe.
Can I give it
pasta.
It's so simple. So I got a tip when you make pasta. If the packet says that you should cook it for 8 minutes in boiling water, I say cook it for 7. Cook it for a minute less. And then
for 7 minutes to make your pasta.
Yeah, so like for instance, if it says cook your pasta for 10 minutes, according to the packet instructions, do it for a minute less.
Okay.
Because the pasta keeps on cooking after you take it out the water. And the worst thing is overcooked pasta.
Oh my gosh. Especially when it gets stuck to the bottom of the base of the pan or your pot.
Disaster.
I don't like super soft pasta. Now, if you would like to get your hands on this amazing, very simple recipe and affordable recipe, make sure to head over to taste.co.za. Salt Bay, Pepper Bay, finishing touches.
Go light on the salt because there's salt in the olives, salt in the anchovy. So like a little okay, I got your fork. Please try that. This is the easiest, quickest pasta you're ever gonna make. It's amazing.
Should I try it with olives?
You know what? I will be so proud if you do.
I will. If I die, Mama, I love you.
You better don't even play with me. But you're doing so well. You're doing so well, friend. Smile at the camera. Tell the people how good it is.
You know when your mother forces you to eat something.
No, can we clap for Kukle? Can we clap for Kukle, please? She did well. She did well.
Once again, taste.co.za. I'm probably going to replace the olives with something else, to be very honest with you, Clem. But you did an amazing job with I can taste every single ingredient in here.
Thank you, friend.
Beautiful work. Love it. Some more.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, everybody. You're still kicking it with your Feel Good Breakfast crew right here on SABC3. Now, sticking to the regulations of the national lockdown, which includes staying home, is, essential to curbing the spread of COVID-19. But with that comes feeling of overwhelmness, anxious and lonely during this time, and it is absolutely normal. But when being alone during social distancing and lockdown turns to loneliness, it can have such damaging effects. Now, psychologist and former nurse Lemise Gesant is on the line to talk about mental health during lockdown and how to deal with loneliness. Good morning, Lemise.
Good morning, Jamie Lee and viewers.
I think this is such an important topic to have. Earlier on, we were speaking to Dr. Michael Moll about this as well. But let's talk about the positive sides, or maybe the potential upsides to social isolation and, being alone during this lockdown period.
Yes, Jamie, that's actually quite an important question, and thanks for asking that one. Every cloud has a silver lining. If we take this time to do introspection, to examine our lives, to see where we are we on track, are we where we want to be? But more importantly, you can also check in, are you now living in the fear zone? And then you can do something about that. Or are you in the learning zone, just learning something about yourself, your emotions? Or do you want to be in the growth and development zone? So being alone during lockdown has many, many gifts. One of it is that you can develop your spirituality. Another one is, when we're working, we're always complaining about being in traffic and how exhausted we are.
Absolutely.
So now is actually the time, yes, to slow down and really enjoy that cup of tea and make it a mindful practice. It's also the time perhaps to rediscover long lost hobbies. When we were children, we had hobbies, and then we get so busy raising families, going to work, and we lose the balance in our lives. And now's the time to bring all of that back. And then, of course, yes. Then, of course, there's also...
I'm agreeing with you. I can certainly understand what you're saying, yes.
Yes. And then, of course, I think that the biggest gift from the lockdown could be, what can we do for others? How can we volunteer? How can we share our gifts with the world while we are in physical distancing? I prefer to use the term physical distancing rather than social distancing. So those are some of the gifts from being in isolation and being on your own.
I like the beauty of it. I like the fact that we're now thinking about positive ways to use the space, because like you said, when we do go back to normal life, we're always focusing on what I would do if I was in a different space. But now we're trying to use this time for introspection. I love that. But let's go back into it. What are some of the negative effects or health risks of social isolation and being lonely?
Yeah. Jamie, we all are social beings. We are built for connection. We are who we are through the people that we interact with. And so when social interaction is limited, it does have effects on people. We're all different and we all experience it differently. But some of the common signs and symptoms would be sadness. And of course, there could be grief for the things that we think we have lost. There could be anger and hostility, lashing out at others, blaming everybody else, saying government isn't doing enough. Then, of course, there's like feeling as you're in a dark corner all by yourself. Then there's panic and anxiety. There could be changes in your eating. Some of us are eating more. Some of us are losing our appetites. And one of the biggest signs of loneliness is that people actually can't sleep. And so they're tired all the time. Then there's depression. There could also be panic attacks. And of course, in an extreme case, people could feel so worthless and hopeless that they actually think maybe that's best not to be living anymore. But those are in extreme cases. So those are some of the signs.
What can we then do to combat loneliness during this time? And even if we have a family or relative or friend that is experiencing this, what are some of the things that we can do to, get over this, or maybe just help with someone that's experiencing this?
That is a beautiful question that you're asking now. When we interact with people, it's good to check in with people on a daily basis. And I think a lot of people are already doing that on their different chat lines and different social medias. So if you're interacting with a friend or a family member and you notice a change in their behavior, or they start to talk more about how worthless they feel, how hopeless they feel, how they can't cope with the uncertainty, then it's time to reach out to them. It's very hard now to do therapy because everything is in lockdown, but just to reach out more, to offer help, just to check in daily with people. One of the other ways that you could also know when it's time to reach out is when people start complaining of more aches and pains. And that's also a big sign of loneliness and people are not caring for themselves. So it's it has quite an effect on the body, the mind, and the soul.
Lamise, Hassan, thank you so much. I think maybe this also reiterates what Dr. Michael Moll said, is that maybe we use this time also to take care of our physical health as well, exercise, go out there, but also still check up on our friends during this period, right?
Yes, definitely. And taking care of ourselves.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We absolutely loved having you and sharing your wise words of wisdom with us this morning.
Thanks, Jamie. Bye.
Now, for those of you who are suffering from depression and anxiety and need help, all you can do is call SADAGS's 24-hour helpline on 0800 456 789. And remember to, reach out to somebody and always check up on your friends and family during this time.
Whether you are constantly sneezing or scratching your eyes out, or you're the fussy eater at the table, allergies affect us all in one way or the other. And it's not just us. Our adorable pets are also prone to allergies and food sensitivities. And here to tell us how we can spot the signs and symptoms is our ultra-cool vet, Dr. Karine Brink. A very good morning to you, Doctor. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Dr. Karine, humans have food-based allergies, airborne allergies like pollen, and obviously sensitive skin. Now, to what extent do pets experience allergies?
Yes, dogs do get allergies the same way as humans do. They are also allergic to environmental factors and can be allergic to their food, specifically the protein in their food.
How can we then identify if our pets have food allergies specifically?
Yes, there is a few things that owners can start doing already. If you suspect that your pet is allergic to their food, you can start with a food trial. You feed your pet for 8 to 12 weeks the prescribed food alone, a skin-specific food. Then each day you're going to give your dog a score out of 10, where 10 is the worst they've ever scratched, pulling out their hair, licking, scratching, and 1 is they are not scratching at all. Usually, if your average comes up to anything between a 1 and a 5, food definitely plays a role in your dog's allergies.
Now, I believe Ultra Dog has a special diet range that caters specifically for food allergies. Is that correct?
Yeah, at Ultra Dog we have a very good diet. We have an hypoallergenic diet. The protein in our food is duck. We call this a novel protein diet. Usually animals get allergic to a known protein, example chicken, beef or pork. That's usually found in our traditional pet food. If you suspect your pet has allergies, go and make an appointment at your veterinarian that they can get checked out. The vet needs to see if there's not any other concurrent problems like bacterial infections or yeast infections they must treat altogether. They will definitely start with a food trial for 8 to 12 weeks and also give your poor little buddy something to break the itchy scratch cycle.
It's very interesting. Thank you so much, Dr. Karine Brink, for joining us this morning. Have a fantastic morning.
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again.
It's a brand new week and Ultra Dog are giving you a brand new chance to win one of their Ultra Cool hampers every day this week, meaning there are 5 hampers up for grabs. Each hamper is valued at 2,000 Rand and will be personalized to suit your pet's dietary needs, plus with some extra toys and grooming essentials thrown in there too. To win today's hamper, we simply want you to tell us why your dog is Ultra Cool and why they would love to win this epic hamper. Share your answer on the competition post on the Expresso page, Facebook page rather, and remember that the competition closes at 5 p.m. today. Terms and conditions do apply and can be found on expressoshow.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Now, earlier this month, TikTok twin stars Lauren and Laura du Plessis put South Africans' dance moves to the test for their Dance Change Challenge. Let's take a quick relook at it.
Since everyone's at home, we have a cool challenge for you to do. Why don't you guys join the hashtag #GotGame? Our last dance move will be your first dance move. Let's get it.
Walk away, you know how. Don't start caring about me now.
As we end it over here, be sure to start in this position and add your own dance.
Oh, now little did they know that this challenge would take South Africa by storm, with entries rolling in from all over.
Aren't you the guy who tried to hurt me with the word goodbye? Though it took some time to survive you, I'm better on the other side. I'm all good already, so moved on, it's scary. I'm not where you left me at all. So if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody,
Okay, we see you now. It's believed that all good things comes in pairs, and that can be certainly said for entrants Amron and Giovanna Sibritz, who caught our attention with their hashtag #GotGame Dance Change Challenge moves. Let's take it out. Take a look.
aren't you the guy who tried to hurt me with the word goodbye? Though it took some time to
Morning, ladies. How are you?
Morning, Jamie, and good morning to all the Expresso viewers.
Oh, wait, I saw what you guys just did there. I haven't seen you guys in years, and I actually can't tell the difference. I can't tell the difference now because you both cut your hair. Who's Giovanna? Who's Amron?
Giovanna, Amron.
Okay, got it. I like that you guys did that, like, out of sync. But listen, talk about that dance moves. I love it. Why did you guys decide to enter Lauren and Laura's #GotGame Dance Chain Video Challenge? And how much fun was it to create with all those moves?
Yes, so much fun. So we saw the video on their TikTok, and immediately we were like, Joe, we need to show that we got game. We are there, we got game. And then we hopped on it immediately and decided to nominate our viewers all on TikTok because we wanted them to, you know, get a chance to win that cash, guys. So we were like, we're nominating all of you guys. You need to get involved. And it was so much fun. Just so, by the way, there were arguments, there were disagreements, Gia wanted her moves, I wanted my moves. We had to come to the Ching Chong Chow. We agreed, came to an agreement, and don't be fooled by our smiles. There was so much emotion behind those.
I love
it. But it was amazing, though.
Already trying to create one video for yourself is difficult, but they're now trying to do it in pairs. There must have been a lot of drama, right?
Of course, with us, there's so much drama because last night, we were actually doing a video chat with Laura and Lauren and with the Peterson twins, and we're saying how people don't understand with twins. It's more complicated. It's so much challenging. Because we have like different personalities as well, and we have to come together all the time. It's intense. It's intense out there, guys. And I'm sure you saw, like, in the dance, I wanted this move. And Joe was like, no, Amron, I don't want that move. I was like, Joe, you know what? Let's just do this move. And this move looks cool, okay? Let's do the cool move. And then we did it, and look at us today.
Double trouble indeed. But listen, girls, why do you think that TikTok has become such a popular platform with South Africans during lockdown? And what are your top tips when it comes to using the app?
Okay, well, for us, why we think it's become so popular is because it's a way of connecting with people around you, with people in other countries, in South Africa, because we're all on lockdown together. So this way we just use our creative ideas and we just bring it to the table. And it's a way of people, just a platform for people to show their gifting. And families coming together, because how many family TikTok videos has there been? So I felt like this is a way for families to reconcile. As well, and like all the challenges that are out there, it's so much fun. So everyone participates in these challenges together, so it just connects us as one, you know. And we love that. We love unity. We're all for that. And some of the tips, I think some of the tips would be, guys, please participate in the challenges. Whenever you see a challenge, hop on it immediately. Follow the trends. Hashtags. Don't forget to hashtag. So vital, please.
Listen,
a lot of people are putting up challenges and they forget that these challenges has hashtags. So don't forget to hashtag all the challenges and everything. That's how it goes viral. And just have fun and be creative. Have fun.
You guys make it like look super easy. That's why you're saying like hashtag do this. But let's see some of those tips.
Fool, Jamie.
I think that we should show everyone some of those tips in action with a video you guys actually did with the twins Lauren and Laura Duplessis. Let's take a look.
Hello, we're twins. We're twins. Yes, sir. I am me. She is she. Except when I pretend I'm her. And when we switch, you can't tell which is which. You don't know who.
Say what?
Don't know who you're talking to.
I don't even know how to do all of that. That was amazing. Where did this idea come to create double the trouble in one video?
Okay, so we were at the TikTok creators meeting. All the other TikTokers were as well.
There's like a whole meeting?
Jamie, that you were not there. I'm sorry that you never got it.
Wow.
No, but it was so much fun because everyone was there and we all got to meet each other. And we clicked. And then immediately, the minute we met them, because twins have this connection, we just clicked like that. So the minute we met them, we were like, oh my word, let's do a video together. And then that was the video we chose. We're like, perfect video, let's do it together. And then it was like a great date. Such a great date.
Also,
no, we love them.
Listen, Giovanna, you married. Amran, you are now staying together to create content. I just want to understand the dynamic of this right now. Like, you guys are on lockdown together?
So we decided we are locked down together because it's so convenient for us to create content and to do videos. My sister, unfortunately, she has a special partner.
Yes.
But she cannot see him because they're not married. Boo-hoo. So he's in the north. He's in the north. We don't speak of stuff like that. It's such a touchy subject. We don't speak of it.
It's okay. Being third wheel is fun sometimes, okay? Being a third wheel is fun.
Like, she entertains me when my husband's busy, so I love her being here. Thank you. And I have my own And she cooks for us. So I'm not going to say no. She's cooking. They use me, Jamie. They use me.
Oh, I love you girls. It was so nice connecting with you guys after such a long time. And listen, stay safe and stay home and keep serving us with content.
Yes, of course. It was so nice speaking to you as well. Seeing you, we love you. Thank you, Jamie. We love you. Bye, guys.
Listen, you two at home can post a picture or video of yourself on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok, or comment on the Facebook post with the hashtag #GotGame and tag in game stores, and you could win a 10,000 Rand game voucher. Now, T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com, and the competition runs until the 30th of April. Game has certainly got you covered with all the essential items you need and your family needs. Now, these include groceries, pet food, household cleaning items, hand sanitizer, toiletries and baby products, but also just in time for the colder season, the list has expanded to include heaters. Now, if you find any essential products at a cheaper price, show them proof in store and they'll beat the price by 10% on the difference under their price beat promise. And remember, they are open Monday to Friday from 9 to 5, and then Saturday, Sunday and public holidays from 9 to 3. What are you waiting for? Go get entering.
Next time on Tropical Island of Treasure Curacao, the boat is rocked as contestants need to place their trust in their opponents.
I want to perform my best to help another team.
They're making us unfaithful.
Can Darren catch up?
I really want this long life charm.
As teams shuffle for points, it could all come tumbling down. No, guys. What happened there?
This is not the right move.
Catch Tropical Island of Treasure Curacao Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. Repeat Saturdays at 8 p.m. only on SABC3.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. Now, here on Expresso, we want to once again stress the importance of washing your hands regularly for 20 seconds, especially when you get home from the shops. Now, soap and water destroy the virus so that it can no longer cause any harm. And when you leave home to go shopping, remember to adhere to social distancing at all times. And please wear a cloth mask when in public. If we all do our part, definitely we can drastically reduce the spread of the virus. Now take a look at the story of how to make hand sanitizer from a very interesting ingredient.
Keeping your hands clean is extremely important in everyday life and even more important during a global pandemic such as COVID-19. Now, shops across the country are struggling with limited stock on hand sanitizers and other hygiene products. Now, researchers from the Department of Food Science at Stellenbosch University have used some ingenuity and a few stale breadcrumbs to make 18 liters of hand sanitizer in their own in-house fermentation tank, which is fantastic. Now, this morning, Dr. Stephen Hayward from the university joins us to talk about this process. Doctor, good morning. Thank you so much for making time.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Thank you for inviting me on the show.
So, Doctor, tell us, how did you decide on making your own hand sanitizer?
Me and two colleagues were basically sitting in the office thinking about ways on how we can actually make a difference in this time. And we have a collaboration on between Innovative Research Solutions and Pioneer Foods that provide waste bread, return bread from the industry to convert into useful products which we can use in other products. So we had this available and we thought, what can we use it for? And production of hand sanitizer at this stage was an important thing to do. So we thought maybe we can ferment the bread and produce alcohol to produce hand sanitizer.
That is so genius, honestly. How long did it take to get this entire process rolling out, and what exactly did you need? So all the other elements and pieces that went into making this hand sanitizer.
So the entire process takes about a week to complete, but what we used was just dried out bread, all return bread from the industry, and then we added water, so water about 60 to 70 degrees Celsius, stirred it up, and then we added an enzyme, an alpha amylase enzyme that converts the starches to sugars that the yeast can ferment to produce alcohol. After a week of fermentation, we were able to distill this solution and capture the alcohol at about 80% purity.
This is really just so mind-blowing. But we know that there is a big problem and a big shortage in all or most of our retail outlets out there. Will your hand sanitizer be available for commercial use? Can we find it anywhere, or can healthcare professionals at least then access the hand sanitizer?
You can't find it on the market yet. We are trying to see how we can optimize the process to get more alcohol out of it for a lower amount of feedstock. We are looking at upscaling this a little bit, but this is only after lockdown when we can actually access the labs again.
Dr. Hayward, it's quite inspiring to see the amount of work that your department and your university is putting into the fight against COVID-19. Why do you think it's so important that academic institutions band together and make use of their resources to, I suppose, in one way or another, play an impact and a role in the fight against COVID-19?
We have a motto at the Department of Food Science, innovation through collaboration. The only way we can move forward in these times, these testing times, is through collaboration between departments and with industry. So it's very important that people band together, scientists, industry partners, everyone band together to fight this. We can't do it alone. Yeah, not at this stage.
Yeah. And seeing how academia and the corporate sector and industry as a whole can come together for the greater good of everyone is such an inspiring thing, especially during this time where we need to hear good news like this. Dr. Hayward, you're doing fantastic work. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thank you very much. We'll keep on trying what we can to help where we can.
Doctor, every step goes a really long way. That was Dr. Hayward from Stellenbosch University talking to us about how the university is banding together with industry in their fight against COVID-19.
Oh man, we urge you at home to please remember to wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Now, in order to kill germs effectively, wash your hands for 20 seconds or more, like we have said before. Singing the happy birthday song twice should do the trick. And while you do that, make sure to also turn the tap off to save water.
Now, I know that there have been a number of questions, asked around about what kind of precautions we need to take. And the one most common question is wearing rubber gloves while out in public effective in preventing the new coronavirus infection? And the answer is no. Regularly washing your bare hands offers more protection against catching COVID-19 than wearing rubber gloves. You can still pick up COVID-19 contamination on rubber gloves. Now, if you then touch your face, the contamination goes from your glove to your face and then can infect you.
Absolutely. So remember to wash those hands, everybody.
Regularly. Now, just to, end off the show on a very positive note, because of the circumstances of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic are so extraordinary and unprecedented, we're all grappling with how we will recover from the situation and what daily life will look like once we are in the clear. Abhishek Retna, a member of Mensa International from Mumbai, India, has written a book called Small Wins, Big Success, which gives individuals and businesses the mindset needed in order to thrive in the post-COVID-19 era. In it, he writes,
we will need more of mental resilience, innovation, creative thinking and social connect to overcome and thrive post the COVID-19 outbreak crisis. Now, while we are currently in lockdown, we need to look forward in order to embrace with the changes that is coming and what the world is going through at this time, and also find our place and purpose while we continue to work toward keeping each other safe during this time. Remember, we are stronger together when we stay home and stay safe.
Absolutely, man. We've reached the end of the show. It's time for us to say our goodbyes, but we do this again tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on SABC3 from 7 to 9.
Ciao, ciao, meow, meow, everybody.
Expresso Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.